and I'm just waiting for a signal in the studio. Joe and I are here. It is Live Video Production Week 2023, and we're being told that we're live now. So what I'm going to do is just play you a short video. Why don't you take your seats and grab a glass of water or a cup of coffee? Hello, this is Stephen in wonderful Wiltshire, and this is Live Video Production Week 2023, and this is a very special show, and we're delighted. Our guest will be introduced in a moment by my co-partner in this, Joe Sheppard, and we're delighted to be live on Facebook. We're delighted to be live on up to 20 different destinations today because we're broadcasting from, I knew I'd get that wrong. We're broadcasting from OneStream.Live, and OneStream.Live is very special. It's a one-stop shop for live broadcasting. We're broadcasting from the studio. We can broadcast pre-recorded video. We can broadcast to our websites. We can broadcast to a landing page. Up to 40 destinations every time. It's the most complete system that Joe and I have found, and we're going to explain it, but we're going to explain it with a very special guest. Over to Joe.
Stephen, everyone watches, good afternoon to you. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, should I say, whether you're watching us live or whether you're watching us on catch-up again. If you're watching us live, do it now. If you're watching on catch-up, give us a big C, and you are welcome to the very final episode of the 2023 Live Video Production Team's Look-See at the live streaming community and live streaming apps that we have done. And thank you to Stephen put it together and for everybody who's joining us. We are just waiting for our special guest to come on board. The level he's working at as a chief operating officer, he is dragged across many streams. And there's the time difference as well. So we're just waiting for him to jump on board. But before I do, what I want to do is I want to bring Stephen on, so we're both on together. Stephen, let's just jump into the studio there together, and we'll sort of kick things off a little bit. I've an idea.
I can say, just waiting a second. I can say, we've got everything on screen now, Joe. Sure. I can say that Bilal has joined us. So whenever you're ready.
Brilliant. Okay, well let's cut back away then. Our guest today is a true visionary, and I don't say that very, very lightly. A developer turned entrepreneur with a remarkable track record of driving operational excellence and fostering organizational growth, my pet love, within the company and an organization. He's got a passion for strategic planning and a very keen eye for detail. He brings a wealth of experience and expertise steering OneStream.Live towards new heights. His unwavering commitment to innovation and strong focus on nurturing a collaborative working culture has collectively made OneStream.Live a truly world-class live streaming organization, and it is the future. I have put my hand up to this, and there's good reasons, and the previous shows have done that. Please welcome co-founder and chief operating officer at OneStream.Live, Bilal Chaudhry. Bilal, pleasure.
Hi, how are you?
How are you? Welcome. Thank you for taking the time to join us today. I know you're an extremely busy man as a COO. How are you anyway?
I'm good. Thank you very much for having me. Am I audible?
You are? Yeah, absolutely good, my good friend.
Okay. Okay, fine.
We'll go straight into it. I know you're a really busy man, so again, thanks for the time. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got involved in software.
Well, I am an engineer by my education. I've always been a technical person, right? I loved mathematics when I was a child. That's always I wanted to do. That was engineering. So I basically did my engineering bachelor's, and I worked in a company, in a telecom company. Then later I moved to Finland, came here, I did some masters in engineering, and then I did a couple of jobs in different companies. And on just on the side, we were me and my friend, we were hustling and trying to we just had a passion of doing something of our own. So initially, we didn't know what to do. Really, we just built some apps. We they didn't go well, but we kept trying. Then we were working on videos for on a voluntary basis on a Facebook page. So there were some problems we found, and we thought we could make a solution to aggregate. You could upload all the videos in one place. So we built a app for that, and from there we got the idea about live streaming, and we thought, yeah, why not? We should have some sort of a solution for pre-recorded live streaming. So that's how the idea got in, Gus. And then we started building the app, and we got another friend of ours, and we started working on the idea, developed a small MVP, and from it was like 6 years ago. So that's how it basically started.
Cool. And so you're from Stephen. Just showing great, Stephen. You're from Pakistan originally, but you're based in Finland.
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, 'cause we've been living. Well, I've been here for 15 years now.
Well,
So as I said, I came here for my masters and my studies, and then just settled here. So I've been here ever since.
when we got a question that came in from one of the prerequisites we asked for the viewers. When was OneStream founded, and how did you build the development team? What was it based upon?
Well, the product itself was conceived in 2017, in summers of 2017, and we actually initially just built a web page and asked users that, do you want to live stream or record? At that time, we only had recorded videos. Like that was the idea initially, and we didn't have anything behind the scenes. Just like it's a web page. Just wanted to see how it goes, and actually, we got a lot of traction. Many users came. They said yes, they want to use it. So then we started building the actual product, and it was three of us, the co-founders. Once we, of course, got some revenues going, we launched the product in actually January 2018. And
Mhm.
once we had some traction, some users, some cash coming in, we started hiring slowly but gradually. We started hiring people, and the development team, actually, we hired most of our developers from Pakistan, because that we understood the culture, we understood the language, so it was not difficult for us to find good developers. And because and it's also very financially very cheap and feasible to hire resources from Pakistan or from Asian countries. So yeah, that's how we started. We basically just used LinkedIn and uh,
Yep. You-
just posted the jobs, and that's how we
I,
started building.
I love the genuinely love the openness and the honesty. There's no pretense about this company was this and the roadmap, and it's been a step by step. It's evolved.
Yeah, it was just organic, and we didn't like do a lot of studies or anything. It was just organic. As I said, we were already working with videos, and just realized that there is some space for. At that time, we were the first in the market when we launched. There was no solution for pre-recorded live streaming, so we just realized there is a gap in the market and we could use it. We did not know how big the gap was, but there was definitely some need in the market. So
Um,
that's how we started.
right, I'm gonna put Stephen on the spot here because my brain with the
Okay.
switch was off. I've got 1,000 questions going on from everything. Bro,
Yeah, I've got Bilal. Hello.
Hello, Stephen.
It's good to be here, and I've been behind the scenes. I'm sort of talking to Fiza and trying to get things straightened out. I think we'll get there in the end. So the thing I want to pick up on though is that your engineering centre is in Pakistan, and that gives you cost benefits, doesn't it? In
Yes, it
terms of
does. It
lower
does.
pricing.
Well, actually, um, we have a few people outside of Pakistan as well,
Yep.
but most of the developers are there. But we have somebody working in from Belgium as well. The CTO is based in Finland, so the architecture, design, everything is done in Finland.
Mhm.
But the coding and the development is done in Pakistan.
But does the host? How about the hosting? Because this is a global service.
Well, the hosting is in USA and in EU. The hosting is done in United States, actually mostly in EU. But for videos, we also have storage clusters in United States as well.
I think Stephen's got a photograph there of three very good-looking young men, which I'm going to check down, which I'm going to ask him to throw up. Tell us about the three of you. You know, this is a success story, isn't it? But what's it like with Hanan and Shazad?
Well, well, Hanan was actually has been my friend. Well, I would say like a childhood friend. Sort of. We've known each other for 24, 5 years now. So he was my friend actually before I came to Finland. He was from so actually he came here first, and the next year I came. So we knew each other from college days, and we were very good friends at that time. So it was natural for us to form an alliance, kind of when the making a new company or building a business. As far as Shadab goes, Shadab was also was working in Ericsson with Shanan. He used to work in Ericsson. It's a telecom giant, if you heard about it. So he also worked with in Ericsson R&D and with Hanan, and from there we kind of got to know him, and we actually for the very first time we had a problem with our first app that we were building before we had OneStream.Live. So we had some problem in that app, and we went to Shazad, and he kind of helped us fix it. And then we said him, "Well, how about if you join us?" And then
Mhm. Right.
there it goes.
Good.
And that's how the team got together. But you've built
Yeah,
twice an engineering team over the years, haven't you? Since 2018, you've grown the team. I think the thing that comes across when Joe and I are actually talking with the team is how much they love working with you.
Mm.
yeah. I mean that's a good part of that's what we love about this company and the culture, that it's so friendly and we are so open. And I mean, as management, we try to give a very open and transparent and collaborative environment to everybody. So I think I'm glad to hear that everybody's happy, and that's the feedback that I've always gotten from the team. And it's been excellent, excellent working. And most of the guys, they work from home, so they are very happy. They are able to, some guys who are located not in main cities, they can actually stay where they want. They can work from there they want, whenever they want. It's very flexible, so it's a distributed team. So it's but still we have get-togethers and meetings regularly, and fun activities. So it's all good.
What what are your current thoughts on the industry? We know I'm going to split this question. I'm going to one bit now, one bit afterwards. We know the industry is going to be worth around about 250 billion by 2027. That's massive, you know, both
Yeah,
OTT and this. There's a huge gap in the market. I discussed this with somebody in Asia last week. Huge gap in the market for this type of thing, whereas streaming of sports and lifestyle and all the rest of the stuff, that's growing and growing, and this will catch it up massively. What's the USP for OneStream.Live in the marketplace? Because there's some pretty big players there, and you're really holding your own. I'm going to come back to what I think is the game changer and why I came to you. But where do you think your USP is now and moving forward looking at that?
yeah. Well, you're right. It's a huge market, and I think we have just how to say just touched the water. I mean, it's a huge market, and I think we have a lot of potential, a lot of let's say market to actually capture. But when we analyze the traffic, when we analyze our competitors, I think there is huge potential now. The new generation, all everybody's like, I mean, hardly anybody watches actually traditional television. It's all now social media, it's live streaming, it's podcasts, it's interviews, and it's even like in the last decade in front of our eyes, it has grown exponentially. So yeah, I mean, we are actually now focusing it for to be more mobile friendly, and I think that is something that will be our USP. That what we feel. We think that we have a mobile app already, but it's kind of, we think it's not there yet. And now we are actually modernizing the web app and the mobile app and revamping everything and redesigning it. And I think that our aim is to be more mobile friendly and provide all the solutions to customers that we have on the web app, actually on the mobile app as well. And it should be really smooth and friendly. And I think that is something that I think there's a lot of market that needs to be captured over there.
Mm.
Well,
Mm.
yeah, I mean, to be able to do on mobile what you can do on desktop means you can actually do it from anywhere in the world at any time. You just need a 4G signal, and that's it. You're ready to go. You can either go live, or you can even set up a replays at any time, anywhere. And it's the flexibility and the power of it. I think I agree with you,
Yeah,
Joe.
and actually, we are now in the future. We are, I think, pretty soon we are actually improving our streaming actually as a whole, so that it requires very little bandwidth from the user. So if you are a user and you have a studio open, and you are, even if you're on mobile or you're on a web app, even with very weak internet signals, you can actually live stream. So we actually will do most of the composition and hard work on our servers, and
Hmm.
what you get is just one single stream. Like you see all of this canvas, we are three people. There are now three streams right now. But what we are working on is that the resources needed by the user's computer or mobile phone are very little. So it becomes very easy even for users in far-flung areas or with low internet connectivity, that they can actually use live streaming very smoothly.
Mm. What the game changer? Let's come on to that. The game changer in this market was being able to go live on a website. So for a solopreneur or an organization or a business, we no longer, and it's great that we can go to 40 channels on 40 different platforms and things. It's great, but are you still then in the power and the control of the social media and what they want? Whereas driving somebody to a business website means that 100% of the people, 100% of the time see 100% of the content and buy. That's a game changer, my young friend. That really brought me across. So
Uh-huh.
for
Well, I'm
me,
glad that you.
it's as is, will be, and I always look at the will be. So that's what made you go to that now.
Well, just wait till you see our new version. If you are so excited by this, what we have right now, then just wait for a couple of, well, less than maybe 2 months, and we will release a major update. And it's a huge update. We will have a lot of new things and a lot of features, and this uh, hosted pages, which what we call what you are mentioning. So user can actually. So there are a couple of options. You can uh, embed the live stream just on your web page.
Yeah.
So you can get an embed code and just put it on your website if you have, or you can just create your own web page. And we have both of these options, but they have a lot of problems. That they were a bit buggy, but now we are kind of redesigning it, and it seems we are hopeful that it will be a game changer. Yes, it will be. It will be. We will have edge in the market, at least for this feature.
Good.
And I think you might get a sneak peek from Feza, Stephen. Like, she can actually show you what we are doing or something. But yeah, it's coming, and yes, it's a very very strong feature. We feel we have worked a lot on it.
Oh,
We don't hear you, Stephen.
you on mute, mate? One second. While he's just doing that, okay. As a visionary, we know you close your eyes and you try and visualize as is to will be. Um, where do you visualize when you close your eyes? Because you must do it every day still. I know you'll. Where do you visualize OneStream Live and the live streaming industry, in your opinion, as a COO, in over the next 2 to 5 years? Regardless of what's said about the figures and how it will grow, what do you see for OneStream Live and the industry?
Well, I see a lot of tremendous potential, a lot of growth, and I definitely I definitely see that this market is has is there are there are so many possibilities of live streaming. Once you have a mobile friendly app that we are think we are getting there, but we are not there. The possibilities are endless. I mean, you could literally have people, for example, in a stadium and from multiple angles, multiple people with their mobile phones transmitting, for example, to you as an admin, and you can show from different cameras, different angles, one match, for example, or whatever, right? And this is something that this is something that is possible in the near future, and I think we're getting there. So I see a lot of potential for live streaming. This is we want to be the most. Our goal is to be the most used platform in live streaming. Okay, that's what we think. That's what we aim for. It's good to have more features, and yes, the best. People often say that we want to be the best in the market, but what does best mean? Our goal is to be the most used one. If we can have best features, but if nobody comes and uses us, then there's no use of those features. So that's the goal, to be the most used platform, and that's what we are working for, aiming for.
Yeah, I really like that. As somebody who's obviously well into his rugby, and I started doing live rugby chat shows. That's how I got into it. So for me, being able to get out of my studio, my virtual studio, and do this type of thing more, I say more professionally. I think one of the things that people like about live streaming is that it's not television. There's a trust element there. It doesn't have to be necessarily perfect. It's all in the planning. Prior preparation and planning prevents poor performance,
Exactly.
and it is about that. So for me, again, it's exciting to see where it will go from being able to do this here, but also being able to do it live or being able to admin from a phone somewhere.
Yes.
If you and that's a big
Yeah.
changer for things as well. So
Exactly. And then, of course, there is those live events, something that we can integrate with as well. I mean, there are companies already doing that, but I mean, something that we can actually, moving forward, you could have, we could integrate those kind of, say, features like selling tickets, donations. You could have your events. So uh, I don't know. The virtual world is kind of, it's that's kind of feels like the future. Like now you have
where,
for yeah.
where does AI fit in for OneStream Live? Because
Oh,
that
there are
because it's
there are a lot of things you can do with AI. There are a lot of things you can do. Automatic transcribing with AI. You can actually. I don't know if you've recently seen. A company actually did some. It was on LinkedIn, I think. So like if you are, there's a big problem. Like if I'm looking at you, rather than, so if I have to look, my eyes have to be looking in the camera. If it has to
yep,
be like I'm looking in the camera. You know what I mean? So, but naturally, you are looking on the screen, and the camera is a little bit above the screen. So, but with AI, you actually they have achieved it that no, even if you're looking here and there, your eyes are actually straight in front. So that is one example of AI. Then I said automated transcribing is there. Then of course changing backgrounds, layouts. Those things are very easily integratable in AI, then voiceovers and automatic subtitling. There is like I don't know.
and
You're
multi-language.
thinking. I just say like you can. There's so many things that maybe it's just how much the limitation is in your head probably.
Yeah, it is. I think one of the things that in the future, auto cue will be a given. You'll have that as a feature. I know that'll be on your road. That's great. But it doesn't restrict you or constrict you to having to follow. It's just a guide there. I like the whole ideas. I have seen that sort of tested already, where the eyes are central. Because one of the things about when you're a host director, there's a lot of moving parts. So you're looking at the chat coming in. We've got a private chat going on here with Stephen, who's just dropped out to fix this tech thing. We've got all our overlays and our intervals, our videos there. So you are naturally looking around, which is why when I'm training people, I say you need to think about being a host, and being a producer director. And that's one of the things that we take people on our training through, because it doesn't have to have that perfect bit, but those sort of things will just take the more one things, the more it looks good and takes the pressure off yourself, I think is one of the things that we need to move to. And on that, I know that the watchers are very keen, so I don't know how much you can tell us. What are the development things over the next couple of months coming in, over the next year? Can you share anything?
Yeah. Well, I'll see what I can share. Of course, I can't divulge too much, but yeah, I mean, one example that you gave, that, for example, you have to be the producer and you have to be the, you yourself have to manage things. So this is something that we are going to ease up. So you can have another host with you who could manage stuff with you. That's already in the industry. So we are going to bring that, but we are redesigning and modernizing our whole web app and mobile app, web app, and website, all of it. So what you're going to see in next couple of months is going to be completely different ones. It's not just a small change and a new feature being added. No, it's complete. It's like you're raising a whole building and building it from the scratch. So we are adding more layouts in studio. Video editing would come up. In the near future, we have green screen, more mobile friendly, better mobile app, more integrations with, so you can do more features in mobile. And yeah, probably, as I said, that's just wait for 2 months something, and we'll have a new version. It'll be much better. Chat, uh, our unified chat is going to be awesome. I love it. I mean, the new upcoming version, that's something that is my favorite. It's probably the design and how we have shown it is, I feel, okay, I am biased, but I feel it's the best now. It's going to be the best in the industry. So the chat will be amazing once we release the new version, and we will make it so much easier. And there are some advanced features in the chat that, well, I'd not like to share for now, and just wait.
Thank you. Stephen, welcome back.
Can you hear me?
We can.
Yes.
Right. Okay. I've got to say that was I used Crisp noise cancellation, and Crisp decided to switch microphones to one I don't use. So that's why it took me 5 minutes to actually sort it out. I mean, you've got to love tech, you've got to love live video, because the thing about live video is that it's never going to be perfect. I mean, Joe and I know this. And it's basically how you recover from it. So I just went and hid 5 minutes and sort of, well, banged a few heads and things came out working, which is yeah. I mean, obviously, I'm interested in the web side of it, because I feel before my voice went, I was actually talking about the fact that if you go live on Facebook or on YouTube, you're actually working with somebody else, because your viewers are watching adverts on Facebook and YouTube whilst you're broadcasting, which is okay, it's fine, but you're earning money for them. If you broadcast live to your website, however, people are being attracted to your website. They'll become known and liked and trusted as you will. And whilst they're watching you live on your website, they can visit your shop, read your blogs, and make notes about everything, all the services that you do. So, I mean, we spend years, literally years, 15 years in my case, going on Facebook and YouTube and Twitter and Twitch and posting in the hope that people will come back to the website. It doesn't work that way anymore. You've got to bring people to the website. Go live is the best way to attract people. Live video is the best way to attract people, Joe.
Yeah, with that 100%, and that's why I kind of go back to why I jump ship. Having been through a number of different platforms in my 5-6 years, I'm always looking at the will-be side of things. I mean, able to understanding where the organisation is strategically, how that's operationally delivered, but looking at it as an end user. And if it isn't simple to use, then it's not for me. But coming has got to be, and and that's what I do with organisations. That's what we do with the Rugby Family. That's what I do with other businesses that we help. We look at, okay, what is it you're trying to achieve? How do you deliver that? But look at it as a customer on the ground, because too often organisations, when we're at the top, we forget the end user and we don't involve them enough, and that has to be the driver. Because, as Bilal said at the very beginning there, sorry, halfway through, if you wanted to be the most used platform, then it's the users who are going to help to drive that as well, and that's a massive thing. I got a quick question for you, Chief. Is what drives you every day? This is what people would like to know. You're hugely successful. The company's grown to them. The three of you obviously make a great team. But you personally, what drives you as a person every single day to keep doing what you're doing?
Well, the driver is to build something amazing, build a technology, build something, give something, to build technology and give something to the world that this is what we have built and people come and use it. I mean, that's a driver for me, and I'm sure for the rest of the guys as well. So the idea that you can actually connect people, you can make live streaming easier for people. So when we started, one of my idea was that it should be so easy that my grandma can come and live stream, because when we, so we tried our best. Of course, the more features we add, it also becomes a little bit complicated, a little bit, but we try our best that it should be so easy that anybody can live stream who is not even tech savvy, doesn't know much about computers, but can live stream. And uh, as I said, the idea that we give something to the world and we build something, and we think we are getting there, but that kind of drives us, that to have our name, ourselves, be proud that we have given something and delivered something, and people are actually coming and paying money and using it.
Mm.
And of course, other benefits come along, but that's something that kind of is a personal, kind of feels it personally good, and that you have achieved something, you've done something in the world, that you have given something to the world.
But as well as delivering this, tell us a little bit about the affiliate program. People can make a lot of money out of live streaming now, and you've got a very innovative way that you've developed on doing that. So can you share some of that with us on the affiliate system? What's the benefits?
Yeah, so you can become our affiliate, and it's a completely automated system. You get a unique link. You can even customize that link, and of course, you can share that link. We also have assets like some graphics and pictures that you can put it on your websites. And when somebody actually, and you get your own affiliate dashboard, you can actually see yourself how many sales you have made, how many people have actually clicked, how many out of those clicks have actually signed up, and how many out of those signups have actually paid. So you can see all of that in your personalized dashboard, and you get 55% commission one time on the sale that you make. So if a customer purchases $100, for example, then you get $55 out of that as an affiliate. So that is something that I think is very good, and yeah, people can use it. We have a lot of affiliates. Actually, now we are pushing for have more affiliates and actually make more noise about the affiliate program. But yeah, it's there, and it's going good.
Yeah, it is an excellent system, and myself and Stephen will be sharing our affiliate links out for this with a coupon code, which will give people even more money off, which we're excited to say. 35% off, I think Fizz told us before, which is fantastic. So we'll share those later on as well and keep pushing that, because you buy into something and you pin yourself to the mast, you fly to the mast, then you go for it, and you go for it 100%. I just go back one thing to about that user thing that you said, if your lovely granny could use it. When we started this, when I started my rugby shows, I had guests who didn't want to be guests. They then turned from guests. I couldn't get them off. They then became hosts. I've then trained two of them in each of the teams, two out of two of the teams, as producer directors. And that's the power of being able to take somebody through that cradle to grave thing. We can do that for organizations so they become self sufficient, and so it keeps going through. And it's that ease that I think that people sometimes think they've got to go into a huge studio. They've got to they've got to have all this money. You can do that if you want to, but why would you when this is the cost effectiveness of this?
Exactly, you are so right. I mean, it's cost effective, it's easy, and you can do it from your browser. Everybody has a mobile phone. You can do it from your mobile phone. We just made it easier, I think, for people to live stream. Just open, connect, and you can live stream. And you can just even live stream with your camera. You don't even have to, uh, you could just probably just live stream your own show. People have live streamed, like musicians have been live streaming, their songs, or like healthcare professionals. They have live streamed during COVID. Even gym trainers, they still live stream us using our platform. So yoga sessions, and so I mean there are so many possibilities, and so many different businesses can actually use the power of live streaming, because live streaming actually elicit three times, if I remember correctly, it's three times or sometimes more response from users on social media than a normal video. So videos were already consuming like 80% of data on internet, and with live streams, that's probably gonna go even higher.
One final question from me before I hand you back to Stephen is: if you were to live stream your own show, what would be the topic area?
For my own show, for live streaming, well, I've actually that's a good question. Never thought about it. But probably I could do a show on building community, building a company. That is something that I could. How to start your own business, what motivates us, those kind of things I could share with people. I think that's my with the knowledge I have gained
Exactly.
for during running a business, because it's hard task at times. People management is very difficult and different. So then just doing your own work, like doing a job, is very different than managing people. So that is something that I could share, and maybe tips. And one thing that we really want to do is actually give back to the community. So we do have plans to actually kind of share our knowledge and help the future entrepreneurs in some way, maybe by sharing our advice, by having a foundation, by helping them monetarily. That's something that we think about, but maybe in the future we do something like that as well.
Good. Thank you.
Okay, right. I just want to change tack slightly because as we talked about, it's a global company, which means you've got to be active 24/7. How important is support for your customers, and how do you achieve it?
Well, support is, I think, extremely important, as you mentioned. So, if, what drives us is the customers, right? The customers have usually good companies. They take advice from their customers, what the customers want, then what features they want. We always need to hear from our customers. We can decide on our own, but maybe people want something else. So we have always, right from day one, we have been giving 24/7 support, and we think that it's important that when somebody is on your website and they are having difficulty, uh, they should be able to get help quickly. Like, if you send an email and you get an answer after 10 hours, maybe by that time that person is no longer interested, might have moved on to another website or something. So right from our day one, we had a live chat option on our web app and website, and our customer support team works 24/7, 365 days, no holidays, all the time. Somebody is available to help customers, and that really helps. That really
Mm.
uh, gets somebody's confidence up. And if you're new to a website and you are unsure what to do or to decide to buy, a simple live chat with a real human can actually do wonders. So we have always been very focused on our customer support. We take a lot of pride in the fact that we are ranked on the top in Capterra, in Trustpilot. We have literally four ratings of over 4.5 in almost all review platforms regarding our customer support. So it is something that we take very seriously.
And it works because we know that if we ask for help, it's there. And wherever you are in the world, ask for help, and you'll get informed help. I just want to make a point here. It's not people going through a tick list. It's people who know the system, and they don't ask you a set series of questions. They know the area you're talking about and can dive straight into it. So very knowledgeable people on the support team. And a shout out to everybody I've encountered over the last few years for all the good support that's been given. Right, now, we've been talking about a system. Shall we actually just have a quick look at the system? I'm going to bring it on screen. And it's at the top there. And it's at this point that Joe takes over.
Okay, I mean this is just there's a set way of working. So if we go, for example, if we go into we covered all this on previous. Well, I think what I'm going to do, Steve, I'm going to stick some of the previous shows we did up where we covered each aspect of this, because there's so much that goes into this. And for me, having done things for 5 years in another platforms, when you come to another platform, it's set out in a different way. It's going from a platform, let's say as a Ford Sierra car to a Mercedes Benz, is quite difficult to operate. You'd think it does everything for you. It is quite intuitive, and I would echo your thoughts about the 3 times since I've been using this, since I've been with OneStream.Live, I've encountered the support team, and the knowledge is second to none. Within seconds, there is a link through. So they're not just telling you what to do; they're sharing with you. So you're sharing and learning and everything as you go. And I think that is, from a customer service point of view, for me, is absolutely brilliant. The streaming. So we've got pre-recorded streams, we've got RTMP sources, and we've got live studios. There's so much there to do. One of the things I really like is the fact that there are so many different locations that you can go to. We can go into. Bilal, talk us through this. This was something else I hadn't really encountered anywhere else before, about being able to make your own hosted pages. What was the rationale for doing that? Because I think that's there are so many things that you provide that actually, for the cost, it is mind blowing, to be honest. Because you keep thinking, am I on the right plan? What else do I need to do? Is this bit for me? If I'm honest, there's a lot. It's great.
Well, the idea was that, as you mentioned, we wanted people to not only live stream on social media, but again, that was through some customer requests. So some customers initially, in our initial days, they requested that, hey, do you have this? Can I just live stream on my
Yeah.
web page? So from there, the idea came that, okay, yes, this is something that we can build and need, and yes, not everybody would like to live stream on social media, or you could complement your live stream on social media with a live stream on your own web page as well. And of course, many people want live stream on social media so they can drive traffic on their website eventually, and they could for whatever reason they could for example earn from that, or they could drive traffic to their website, etc. So then we started building this feature. So here you can basically create a simple web page, add your some text, add your contact information, even add links to your social media channels or profiles like Facebook or Insta, etc. So you can have one single web page, and you could even add your own domain to it if you have a domain, if you have a registered domain, or you could just have, for example, Steven.OneStream.Live, and that is a basic domain that is hosted by us. And well, you can ask somebody to go to Steven.OneStream.Live and watch the live stream. You
And
could also add your own custom domain if you have, and there's a procedure for that. So you don't have to go to .onestream.live. In the end, you could have john.com or whatever if you have your own website, and you could your own domain, sorry, and you could redirect traffic over there.
And there we have, there's a tutorial, a very simple talk through tutorial for absolutely everything. I'm just going to I'm flipping between my studio and the studio. Let me just go back to the dashboard. So obviously we're not going to show everything today, but I would like you to talk us through what's your favourite bit that you currently have. that you would use? Is it sort of the pre-recorded? What's the most powerful thing you think for somebody who wants to get the message out to? There we go. That's as simple as that. Clicking in the studio, that would take you in. What's the most powerful thing out of all that you provide that you think a small or local business or somebody who wants to get their message out to engage better? Which of these things, or is it all equal?
I think it's an aggregate of all the features. You could use multiple at the same time. I really like playlist streaming. We are for pre-recorded. It's an extremely good feature. That you could have one video play after the other, and that is something that I really like. We are even further improving it, so that you don't even have to worry about the type of video. Currently, there is a restriction that all videos have to have the same resolution. So if it's 108p, you have to have all three or four or how many videos you have, all have to have the same resolution. So in the next release, they're going to get rid of that restriction. You could have a portrait, a landscape, 720 followed by 1080p. That will all work. So I think that is a very powerful feature. You could automate. You could have your own TV channel or show. You could automate something. You could automate a couple of videos, then put an ad, put some more videos, and they will all automatically run. And you could actually do it in a pre-recorded way, or you could do it in studio.
Yeah.
I also like those live sales. I think it needs a lot of improvement, but I think I keep saying it again and again. But yes, in the new version, it's all it's going to be much better, and I think that is something I feel very powerful about, that the live sales. I think it needs some tweaks and some more improvement, but to be able to sell stuff, or get if you are because many customers and many people we have seen use live streaming for this purpose, just to sell merchandise, sell apparel, sell stuff, anything. And the live stream actually kind of keeps looping and looping and keeps going, and they are so you could actually use OneStream Live to sell whatever you want or collect donation or something, and that is something I think is very powerful.
And I think that what I like about a good organisation is nothing is in a stovepipe. Most organisations, as we know, are all in stovepipes and they never speak to each other. Whereas from an outsider, I'd love to come and spend a week in company headquarters, because as somebody who looks at systems, processes, and people, look at how things work, because it seems to dovetail in genuinely, and I like that, because if I look at one thing, it's like playing snooker. I'm looking two shots ahead, and I'm looking at that from the live stream as well. So being able to go live on somebody's website, being able to do the live sales, that's fantastic.
Exactly.
I mean, that's the
Yes,
ultimate.
that's something that is possible, and that's something that we think that is a very strong feature, that you could actually kind of drive sales with your own website or on social media, however you want. Have multiple people, have different, in studio you could add, you could even play a video and have yourself, and maybe have a walkthrough. Use, if you're a gamer, that's excellent. You could probably play a game and just kind of do commentary on it, that many people do. So the thing is, you can have multiple feeds, and it's your imagination where you can take one feed and where you can take the second feed, and where you can have your own camera and you know play around with it and create something on your own.
Yeah, I think it comes back down to that trust capability as well. You're building that engagement and trust with your current and your future clients, engagers, followers. It's a very simple way. I think once you build that trust, it's like brand storytelling. It's a massive thing now for a reason, because people. That's why I asked you the question about what would Bilal do as a live stream, and actually that's a bloody brilliant idea for a show. I think, because it's like that's sharing that back again from somebody who's done that from the ground level. So when we talk about this dovetailing in, it takes me back to the very first question about how you started, and the fact that you were very open. So that's brought those two, and everything like that goes through. And I think for people, um, you're turning you're turning the head on social media. social media currently controls. I hate the way that it's gone now on Facebook. They have to put an event. Okay, people's mindsets now, Steve said it before, it's very here and now. So if they go through something, they want to watch it live. We used to go live at a certain given time, and that was brilliant. And then it was two different, it just complicated the whole thing. So again, turning its head and going to a website or being able to create your own hosted page website system that you give them as well means that we take that control back again. And that is pretty powerful.
Well, the thing is, you can create your own TV channel, and that TV channel can have pre-recorded content, it can have live content, it can have adverts that you've created. Everything is possible, and as Bilal said, the only limit now really is our own imaginations. If you commented whilst we've been live, we'll get to the comments after the broadcast. Due to probably a technical problem in my studio, we've not been getting any chat through, which means we've been able to talk quite clearly for the last 50 minutes or so. Right, is there anything we've not asked you about you'd like to talk about, Bilal?
I think we have covered up probably everything. We just working very hard and working to build a new, give everybody a new and modernized live streaming experience. So I would just say that stick with us, stay tuned, and you will have a big surprise. Let's say not say a surprise, but an excellent and new OneStream.Live in a in a 1 month, or let's say couple of 2 months time. That's what we are aiming for. So yeah, it's we are very excited about it. We are working a lot on it, and it's as I said, it's not just building adding something on top of it. We have redesigned and rebuilt everything from scratch, and it's going to be super smooth, super easy, and a brilliant experience.
Looking forward to it. Joe, would you like to close the broadcast?
Sorry, I missed that bit, Steve.
Would you like to close the broadcast?
Yeah, absolutely. Ladies and gentlemen, Big Joe Sheppard here in Ireland, and Stephen Healey in Devices in Wiltshire, and co-founder and chief operating officer, originally from Pakistan, based in Finland, one of the trio that developed the fantastic OneStream.Live. We will be sticking up the affiliate links and the code to save you 35% after this, and we'll be sticking up more and more and more. And I'm going to press Bilal at some point in the future, probably through LinkedIn as soon as I come off here, because I like the idea of this giving back show where he can talk about setting up a business and taking it through. Because he's a chief operating officer, we'd like to thank you seriously for your time today. Wish you and the rest of the team all very, very well for the future. I can't wait for the stuff to come. Ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, both of you, for having me. It was wonderful to talk to you, know you, and yeah, we'll have another meeting soon after we release the new version, and we'll stay in touch.
Thanks very much. Take care, Stephen.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Everybody, thank you for watching. Take care. Enjoy the weekend. Goodbye for now.